I have never thought about hurting anybody in my entire life.
This week, a Houston truck driver was sentenced to 110 years in prison after a 2019 crash that killed 4 people on a Colorado highway. Millions of people have now signed an online petition in protest, and truck drivers are threatening to boycott the state. Fox 26's Chelsea Edwards looks into the possible fallout and how it's affecting drivers here in Texas.
I take the responsibility, but it wasn't intentional.
After an emotional plea, 26-year-old Rogel Aguilera Mereros was sentenced Monday to 110 years in prison after the Houston truck driver plowed into backed-up traffic, killing 4 people on a Colorado highway in April of 2019.
If you drive one of these like we do, I need to talk to you.
The sentencing spurring truckers across the country to protest moving goods to and from the state using the hashtag No Trucks to Colorado.
We fully support and stand with the boycott of industry and business to Colorado.
The Greater Houston Trucking Association says the boycott could help redirect accountability to trucking companies putting inexperienced drivers on troubling roads.
A lot of truckers are afraid to go to Colorado. Colorado has a lot of mountains, a lot of hills.
But could the boycott cripple a country already dealing with supply chain problems?
And I've seen this many times. Don't foresee that happening in a way that it has a tremendous impact.
The president of the Texas Trucking Association says the general public may not feel much of an impact, with a large chunk of local imports coming from Mexico. Plus, some drivers may use the protest to snatch up boycotted routes and make extra holiday cash. The real problem, the sentencing could discourage potential truckers in an industry already short on drivers.
Do it the right way. You know, it's not just about going and get my CDL and then I'm going to go buy a truck and I'll drive for anybody and everybody. A number of trucking companies that go through a strenuous process of selecting their drivers and then training those drivers.
An online petition asking for clemency in Aguilera's case is quickly approaching its goal of 4.5 million signatures.
As a country, we look at that case as far as the state of Colorado. They have a lot of work to do in terms of their laws.
Although a boycott may do little to disrupt the supply system, truckers hope it helps dismantle laws that could threaten their livelihood. In Houston, Chelsea Edwards, Fox 26 News.